What's going on? It's Whack a Granny Wednesday, but of course we're not whacking any granny yards today. We're not whacking any yards for that matter. But we are quoting, even though I'll bring you up the hoop of what's been going on. I'll be back here tomorrow, but I was passing through here, headed home, and I figured I'd stop and show you guys. So this is a commercial property that has contacted me, and they want it weekly cut, but they do have some weird requests that I'm gonna share with you coming up, so stay tuned. But let's quickly just drive around and show you. So as you can see, there's just there's a good amount back there. Look at that. Nothing right stander can't handle. So let's go see what else they got. So there's a big section right here through the middle. Of course, there's sectioning here. There's like a big island right up to the gate there, the entrance and exit. In here, all the way between the buildings. And we're gonna go all the way around, boys, and girls, so stay tuned. Just bear with me here. I'm kind of trying to figure out the whole parking situation and how to get around all this, since this is my first time here. Guys, as you can see, it's raining. It's been raining all morning, all day. So we're not really doing anything today. I did do some errands out and about, and it's getting really dark. I almost wasn't even going to record anything today, but then I remembered that I'm passing by this area. So I was like, even though I'm gonna be here tomorrow actually walking with the guy, you know, the individual that apparently is over this, and there's a spot right here. So don't hold me to anything as far as what I'm pretty sure all of this is part of it, but I could be wrong. Here's the back, and there's a spot right there. Like, it's a pretty big commercial property building. I do have some requests already that they have asked, and one of them being that it is a weekly, so they do want it weekly. They don't want it year round. I think they only want it about, you know, as most people. Here's some more back here, to where, you know, it's gonna stop when the grass stops, so probably like October, November, maybe December. All right, and then there's a spot right here. And I'm not sure if all this back here is part of it, but as you can see, it goes all the way on the side down there, which takes you to the front of the building, which is where we were when I first pulled in. I didn't even see all this, but there's all this between under this little cover here, whatever you want to call it, where all this parking spots are. So there's like a decent amount of mowing, nothing too crazy, like, but it's like sections and it's everywhere. Okay, here's the deal with this property. They've contacted me and they said, "But Nick, can you come check it out?" And I said, okay, I'll come check it out. So we really got something probably, I gotta confirm, or they'll confirm with me by tomorrow, to really walk around with the guy. But I was passing through, I'm headed home, and I figured I'd stop and just show you guys. So I will definitely bring you up to date on this, whatever I find out tomorrow. But here's some of the requirements that they have already specified in the email. And of course I called and they confirmed over the phone. They want it weekly. They actually have a groundskeeper here They do. I was like, wait, what? He goes, yes, we have a groundskeeper here, but the groundskeeper maintains the shrubs, he does all the weed eating, and he even does all the blowing off. So the only thing they're looking for is for a company to do the mowing. Now, normally I would say no. I would instantly, right? Because if I'm like, if you're not wanting the full service from me, who the heck, you know, who the heck is gonna blow off and weed eat, and how's that gonna look? The only reason I'm considering even this is because they actually have a employee full-time as a groundskeeper, so it would be guaranteed every time we mow that they do their job, and if they don't, it has nothing to do with me. Obviously, I would be able to tell if he doesn't do his job, right? And then at that point, it would start to look bad on me. So that's something I could bring to their attention if it ever got to that, if I was to even get this. Okay, so I was like, well, wait, this is a very weird request. Strange. I've never had anybody ask me to just mow. I have, but not somebody who's got a groundskeeper. Why is he not mowing if he's trimming hedges and maintaining the weeds and doing all the weed eating and blowing off? Why not mowing? And they said they've come to the realization that over time it's just been not profitable and it's a big headache to just keep up with the mowers and the maintenance aspect of it. So they're just like, we've given up on it. We don't want to own any mowers. We don't want to keep up with the maintenance aspect of mowers. We don't mind having a groundskeeper who will do the weed eating, the blowing off, and the shrubbery and all the other stuff. We just need a company to come in and mow every week. It's the only reason I'm considering. But I wanted to ask you ninjas, what would you do in this situation? Would you actually like even give it a quote and move forward with it and see? It looks like a good account to have weekly, the fact that we're not even in here blowing off or weed eating, we're just mowing. But I understand also what a lot of you are going to say, but Nick, it's your reputation. What if the other guy sucks at weed eating or blowing off, misses spots? The only company that they're going to be seeing out here is going to be Saving Green when we're making all this noise with the mowers. Again, it's one of those things you gotta, you know, I normally would even say no automatically. The only reason I'm even considering, not to repeat myself, is because they have a groundskeeper. They have a groundskeeper. And if he's not doing his job, he'll be fired, and at that point they might tell me to take over. I don't know, but it seems like they're happy with who they have. They just need someone mowing. So I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think on that. I thought that was pretty interesting. I've never had this request. This is a new one for me. The problem is there's so many of these little areas a mower wouldn't even fit in. Maybe a 36, but a lot of these areas are just weed eating. So a lot of this stuff he's gonna have to walk with me tomorrow and show me what exactly he wants mowed, what areas. Because like, for example, okay, I know it's raining, guys, but bear with me here. Just like even right here, okay? A mower on this side of the fence can't get in. I mean, it's just so little space between the curve and the fence. So all that is weed eating, literally. Now, on the other side, I could probably get a mower in there at 36 or possibly even a 52, but yeah. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Even on here, you can't really get a mower in here, right? And so there's a lot of these islands that are like that. The rain. It wouldn't be a bad account to have if it's just mowing. We'd come in here and knock this thing out 30, 40 minutes just mowing. Super easy. You know, if that, depending. So, depending what all they show me. But anyway, let me know, ninjas, what you think on that. Would you even bother with it or not? They don't want me to blow off. They don't want me to weed eat. They just want me to mow. No shrubbery, no nothing. And it's a weekly account. Could be something good that, you know, you build a relationship many years down the road. I don't know. All right, we'll talk about maybe a few more things when I get home. I gotta go get home. It's 5 o'clock. Upload this for you guys. That's all it is. I've just done some errands today. Oh, yeah, I did want to talk to you. Well, I'll talk to you guys about it when I get home. All right, see ya. One other thing I wanted to cover, why I did, or why I'm planning on doing this and what I did today. If you already have not, maybe you have, so a lot of you probably already have done this and you're aware of this, but for those who are not, go to your local bank and look into opening an IRA, okay? And the reason I say this is because IRAs are really for retirement, right? So for long term, it's basically like a savings account. And you put money aside. There's only there's a limit of maximum amount you can do per year for an individual or per family. But one of the great things, there's different types. I think there's like a traditional, and then there's a Roth. So you just look into it, go to your bank, talk to them. They usually have a specialist that would talk to you about this. But look into it, because not only could you put money aside for your future as you get older, for your retirement, but whatever the amount of money that you put in there, you can tax deduct it, ninjas. Tax deducted. You're not gonna, so let's say you put $5,000 throughout the whole year in there, just an example. Now you've got $5,000 that you've put aside, but you're not paying taxes on that $5,000 as your income, because that $5,000 is part of your income. You're not paying taxes on that, or $10,000 or whatever it is. Whatever you put in there. And like I said, I think they have a maximum amount. So look into it, because I have a savings account. I've got a savings account that I've had for 15 years, right? I mean, I've got the CD thing, but this is something, not only can it be a savings account for a long term, like, you know, as you get older, but you get to write it off. You get to write it off, and you don't pay taxes on that money. So there's two different kinds. There's the traditional, and then there's the Roth. Don't hold me to this. Definitely check with your bank and get some, advice from someone who is fully understanding in this, as I'm still learning. But a traditional, I believe, is, and keep in mind, the IRAs, I believe, also generate income. Like, they have a percentage interest, rate that grows. So the traditional one, you get to write everything off of on your taxes, how much you put in there every year. You get to write that off. But then when the time comes, if you ever needed an emergency, or when you do retire and you want to withdraw it, that's when you will get taxed and penalized and whatever else they'll have in there to get your money out. Now, the Roth, don't hold me to this again, is you cannot deduct anything off of your taxes, but when you get ready to withdraw the money, when you retire or you have an emergency, there is almost no penalty or very little whatsoever to get your money. Now, keep in mind, this money you put in an IRA grows, so there's an interest rate that will grow and grow, and so the more the balance is in there, the more the interest rate will contribute towards that balance. So it's something to look into. I have been aware of it, but I've never gotten around to it. I've always had my CD and my regular savings, and that's one of the reasons why I just never really pursued it. But I'm getting to the point, as you guys have seen, the last purchases that I've made towards the end of 2018 is also just to, not only it's the things that I needed, but also just to save money on taxes. And I definitely want to go ahead and prepare myself for 2019, and IRA is one of them that I would like to have and contribute the maximum amount in there that you can. And that way, not only is it going to grow interest every year as it grows, right? But also I can deduct whatever I put in there and not pay taxes on it. So I wanted to share that with you. I hope that helps. Go to your local bank is what I would advise you. Because I didn't know where to go. And so I figured I could Google it and check online, but I was like, I really want to talk to somebody in person, but I didn't know who to go to and who to call. So the first thing that popped in my mind was, hey, Nick, go to your bank. So I did. And they were like, you came to the right place. I was like, yes. So I do have an appointment tomorrow with them. So I'm going to go do that. But, and then I'm going to go check back on that place that I showed you this evening. So that's it. I just wanted to give you that info on the IRAs. Really look into it. Not only can you save some money on your taxes, but it really, I think the more beneficial part of it is you're putting money aside for your future and saving for yourself as you get older. But you could take it out if you really had an emergency. It's very, very important to save money, and you never know what life holds. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Not too much, nothing too crazy, but I wanted to share that with you. Tomorrow is Thirsty Thursday. We'll see what we could get into. We'll obviously be back at that property. I'll give you a little bit more of specs and things of what they tell me, but that is their requirements for now. And let me know what you think on that. But guys, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.